Hi, Caspar here on the 3rd of November 2022. I very rarely drink Australian wine. It's perhaps a failing of mine. Anyway, a pair of these have been sitting in the wine rack for a decade or more. Very long time anyway. 2001 Descendant from Torbreck. So Barossa Valley. I'm told it's Shiraz from the cuttings taken from old vines used to plant the vineyard, and the Viognier skins the Shiraz was crushed onto. Right. So that tells us more or less what we need to know. This one is directly descended from Runrig, which is their massively expensive senior cuvee, 14.5% alcohol, which back when this was released seemed like, one of those big Barossa heavyweight red wines, but there's so many, gosh, they're clarets at 14.5% and more these days. So how is this doing? Well, it's as near opaque as damn it. It is not quite, but it's about 99.5% opaque. Very deep in colour, still red looking. It's got such a narrow band at the rim, which is browning, but it's so narrow, it's quite hard to tell. Well, let's have a sniff. Well, it's a matured nose. It's got, fruit-wise, it's got a very sort of blackcurrant pastel aroma, but then there are these sort of tertiary aromas on top. It's very noticeable sandalwood aroma. A bit of smoke. It smells sort of bumptious and ripe, and bit of herbs, perhaps. Dried herb. It's very textural fruit. It's got a real pastel sort of gumminess to the fruit, which is pure Barossa. The tannins sort of melted away right into the fruit, what tannins there were, and are pretty much invisible. It's got reasonable freshness. I don't know whether that's been added, presumably. Yeah, just hot sandy earth, dry sandy earth on the nose. And dark gummy fruit, as I said, sort of dark plum, bit of blackcurrant maybe, and then it sort of cleans itself up with that freshness at the back. It's not a style of wine I'm particularly enamoured of, I must say. Barossa Valley tend to produce these sort of cough mixture like, slightly syrupy Shirazes, but I think that has changed in recent years, as has the whole of the Australian wine scene. It really has had to, and has successfully sort of turned things around, as producing wines that are much more subtle and elegant. I'd say this is a it's a very good wine. I'm going to drink it with cottage pie, for which I think it's ideal. I mean, you could throw quite a lot of things at it. You could throw a curry at it, and barbecued meat, and it wouldn't be offended. These wines used to get gargantuan scores in the press, and I think they're quite impressive. But are they fun? I don't know. We'll drink it. It's tasty enough. I think a lot of people get a lot of satisfaction from it, I must say, but not particularly my sort of my thing, really. Yeah, a good wine, but as I say, not a style that I particularly like. But there we are. That's been 2001 Descendant from Torbreck, a Shiraz, with a bit of Viognier skin in it as well. Yeah, I'll drink it and then possibly forget it, but it's pretty tasty stuff.